My dear, the truth finally surfaced. Your absence was never silence, but a louder third presence in my heart. Babe, I would have shattered if this secret shadow wasn't finally revealed between us. The third party I've put first was the thief stealing our love's fragile breath. Every moment ignored felt like a silent betrayal I never deserved to witness. I mourned a love alive, but drowned by someone else's shadow between us. This hidden fracture cut deeper than any argument ever could. I loved you fiercely, yet my heart secretly begged for a love I never got. Prioritizing another was a quiet poison that slowly killed us inside. How do I forgive the ghost who stood where you deserved to stand? I was your world, but you chose a new planet without me. The unseen choice you made echoes louder than the words you never said. You placed a stranger where my heart was promised, and I felt the void. My love was no match for the silent thief you embraced. I waited for your return, but your heart was never mine alone. Love's betrayal isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet third shadow. Our story was rewritten while I was still reading every line aloud. How does one heal from being second in a love once whole? I was a chapter closed quietly for a stranger's beginning. The pain isn't in losing you, but losing us to someone else. You prioritized a stranger's touch over my desperate need to be seen. This revelation was a storm I wished I'd never had to weather. I counted stars for you while you wished on another's light. My heart cracked open, revealing a pain only betrayal can birth. I loved you enough to break, but not enough to keep you whole. You traded sacred moments for whispers behind my back. The third presence between us was the silence we never confronted. I never wanted to know, but the truth saved me from illusions. Betrayal's shadow lingers, yet I find strength in its harsh light. I was your past's promise, but you lived in someone else's now. Love is not enough when your heart beats for another's name. I wished for honesty, but I got the cruel gift of discovery. Your silence was a louder confession than words ever could be. The hardest goodbye is to a love stolen unseen hands. I was a beautiful lie you told yourself to avoid pain. When love prioritizes a stranger, it becomes a silent war within. I stood on the edge of your heart's secret, trembling with loss. The third party wasn't just a shadow. They were my heartbreak's face. I chose to see your truth, even if it crushed my soul. Your love was never fully mine. It belonged somewhere beyond my reach. I loved you enough to hurt, enough to grow beyond the pain. The third person you prioritized whispered lies I had to unlearn. I wept for a love divided, never whole in your arms. Betrayal's quiet scream echoed louder than our silenced love. I held on to us while you held on to someone else's hand. The pain isn't in losing you, but in knowing you chose to lose me. I found the truth wrapped in silence and broken promises. The third party was my love's shadow, darkening every bright moment. I was invisible where your eyes were not meant to see me. My heart cracked open, letting go of love's painful secret. The weight of your choice fell heavy on my fragile soul. Love's betrayal isn't a choice, it's a fracture we never heal. I was a secret kept for convenience, never love's priority. You whispered lies while I spoke love's honest language. The third presence in our love was the silence that broke us. I was a ghost in your heart, while someone else lived there. I loved you blindly, but the truth woke my aching eyes. The hardest truth is loving someone who loved another more. You traded love's purity for a fleeting, hollow presence. I cried for a love that was never truly mine to keep. The third party was the thief stealing my nights and dreams. I was an echo of your heart's true, hidden desires. The pain of being second is a wound love never fully heals. Your choice was a silent dagger piercing my deepest trust. I loved you enough to let go, even when it shattered me. I found freedom in the brutal honesty you never gave me. The third presence was a shadow I refused to chase anymore. I mourned a love lost to a stranger's quiet, cruel touch. The truth broke me, but also set my soul free to heal. My dear, your soulmate isn't asking for perfection, just your hand, your eyes, and the road ahead. They don't want a house. They want miles, laughter, and stolen kisses in foreign cities. Your soulmate's love language is maps, detours, and holding your hand through chaos. They crave moments where you're lost together, because that's how they find you. Someone's dream isn't a destination. It's waking up next to you in every time zone. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more.